running an agency is kind of like running 4 or 5 jobs at the same time. A lot of stress, lacking clarity, missing deadlines, procrastinating. Now I feel like I'm actually showing up day after day and the needle is actually moving. Designing my perfect day and night routine, and it's really focused on revenue generating activities and maximizing productivity.
All right. So today we've got Uj. Glad to have you. Thanks for doing this.
Of course.
We've been working together for the last 3, 4 months. So I wanted to get your feedback and views on like how it's been and how we've managed to help scale your business for the
Well,
people watching.
for
Awesome. So do you want to just give like a intro into yourself, your business? Take it from there.
Yeah, sure. My name is Uj, and I run an AI automation agency, and I have a full-time job as a software engineer. So just juggling both of those things at the same time, kind of is running an agency is kind of like having more jobs. It's like running 4 or 5 jobs at the same time got me under feeling a lot of stress, lacking clarity, missing deadlines, procrastinating, just lots of mess that got created. And that's when I came across your content, and then we had a conversation. And yeah, the rest is history. And here we are.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's been fun. And I mean, you've come a long way. So before, when we started together, you were making how much?
I just had my full time job. So I actually launched my agency back in December, just literally right around the time we started working together, because I knew the timing, like I knew this was a problem. And so I came across your stuff and I was like, okay, I need to be ready for what's to come over the next several months, because I'd already been freelancing before. So I already knew what sort of issues I personally had. And I knew that if I want to run a successful business, like this cannot go any longer. So I was basically at 10K per month with my job. And then now 3, 4 months later, I just hit my record month in March. So at 25K per month, including my job, my agency. So
Amazing.
here we are.
Amazing. Yeah,
So yeah,
that's good, man.
yeah.
So what is it that we were able to do for you? Like, what is it that you found the most helpful that was able to help you sort of overcome, the bit of the chaos, some of
Yeah.
those challenges you were having with your structure, with your routines, with your focus, etc.
Yep. So yeah, the first thing that we actually did, which I really enjoyed, was, like you said, lack of structure. There was no structure, right? There was a lack of structure. So first thing that we did was kind of identify what are the bottlenecks, where are things actually going wrong. So we started putting these systems in place, right? Because what gets measured actually gets managed, right? So I wasn't measuring anything, I wasn't tracking anything. First thing we started off with was like the very simple Google Sheets tracking system, right? Daily tracking, building daily habits, right? So building those habits daily and just stack, like letting them compound over days, over weeks, over months. So instead of focusing on what task I have to do on a day-to-day basis, I really like the fact that we switched the focus from building a habit of tracking my to-dos like every day, like making sure my Google sheet is being filled out every day, and then we have something to analyze each week. And this was like the foundation that we put in place. And then
Yeah. So what was it about the experience of us working together that you think really moved the needle for you and was able to kind of help you scale your business?
cool. Yeah. And I think this is one of the reasons why I signed up with you, was you were actually very clear on this. And I think from what I remember, we decided like these 3 pillars, which is like, hey, building systems around my routine and improving my sleep. And then obviously the blood work and diagnostics, right? So starting with structure systems, my days, my routines were completely all over the place. So I think the number one thing for me was sort of designing my perfect day and night routine based on like, I think we spend a lot of time together talking, and I really appreciated the fact that you put in that effort to understand, okay, like how do I function, right? So we basically designed a like a routine for me that is like working really well, and that is something I can stick to, right? And it's really focused on revenue generating activities and maximizing productivity when I'm the most active, right? When my brain is working the best. So that was one. And then second one was obviously improving the sleep. We started using the Aura ring tracker, and we started analyzing weekly my sleep score and all those other stats in there, which I was completely clueless about. I was completely unaware of why I was waking up always feeling tired and groggy, and it would take me like 2 or 3 hours to even, get grounded and actually start feeling productive. And obviously, we did the blood work diagnostics, which is something also that I'd never done before. So I think we learned a lot from that too. And I also really like all the supplementation that we put together. And I don't know if all of these, like what has made the most impact, but just a combination of all these three, I think has helped me boost my focus overall on my sales call, on my client calls, just all the above. So now I feel like I can actually get so much work done, and like I feel like day after day I'm actually building that momentum. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been fantastic.
Yeah, I love to hear that. And I guess one of the big things that I noticed with you is that you just, as momentum builds, your like identity and your consistency and your confidence with all the different aspects of your life and your business just kind of improve, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that was really cool to see. Yeah. So, okay. So what would you say to someone who's considering investing? Like, why would you suggest that this is a good investment rather than investing in some sort of marketing course or whatever?
I think firstly, if you were able to relate to anything that I was saying, and you're kind of like even half self-aware, like you kind of know that your potential is here, and right now you're operating below 50% of your actual potential, you're not actually firing all cylinders, then this is how you actually create that long-term leverage. Because this has been my realization, is that my procrastination and the quality of my work was actually being affected by a lack of clarity. So just bringing all these, like the three pillars or whatever I talked about earlier, just bringing all those things together just helped me gain more clarity. And when you have clarity, there's no room for procrastination, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, just bringing all those things together, shifting my energy, my performance, and like how I actually show up, right? And now I feel like I'm actually showing up day after day, and like the needle is actually moving.
I'm glad we could like do this. I'm glad we were able to kind of really improve your performance. And yeah, I'm looking forward to taking you to the next level over the next couple of months as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think we're just getting started,
Yeah.
and with the systems we have in place, I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be an insane year.
It's going to be great. All right, man. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thanks very much. Yeah, we'll talk soon.
So,
All right.
bye.